So hello everyone and welcome back to Insights with Vijay week 8 and episode 8, and today we have Mr. Sampreeth Guttedar, who's a third gen entrepreneur, and they are the liquor tycoons I can see of Gulbarga, as the name Guttedar itself mentioned. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Sujay. We would love to have you here more again in Purple Tiger. Actually, even I didn't know about your page. When I came across it, you had already met me before this.
Yeah,
And since you have looked at the place, I hope you really liked it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think through this interview, we can have a good conversation in which we can discuss various topics.
Yes.
Yeah.
So today we are shooting it here in the Purple Tiger. Purple Tiger is a pub, and it's a very launch kind of space also, where people can sit and have their peaceful time peacefully. Fortunately, in Gulbarga, and it's because of Sampreeth and his well-known good ideas here. And also, upside of this, there is an Atiti bar, and there are five subsections also. One is a retro one is an open area, one is an area that is privately done for the people who wants to have their party or sit and have and chill with their friends with the air cooler kind of new thing. I'll just show you the show
Yeah,
and then just
thank you.
explain us how does this everything work, and how's the liquor business.
So basically, liquor business is it's like we are basically like the retailers of the production. So basically, whatever liquor you get from us is supplied to us from the companies and through the government. So right here in this place in Gulbarga, as you know, it's like we have different kinds of licenses called CL2s, CL7s, CL9s, and before there are only wine licenses, then there are brewery licenses, and there are different kinds of licenses altogether. But if you want to, if there is a bar in the restaurant, for example, like how Atith is, you get all kinds of liquor. You get gin, vodka, whiskey. There is no, and especially like in Karnataka, there is no separate only beer license, which is actually it was there before in 2006, 2007, I feel, but then later on it got they didn't give any licenses after that. So yeah, this is right now. This is called the CL9 license. It's only like you're only allowed to do a bar and restaurant here. So that's how it is going on. Yeah.
Okay, so how many types of licenses are there, and like what are
Yeah,
like
there are
CL?
currently I think people who are familiar with CL2, CL9, CL7s, which are three. There used to be something called CL4, which is only a winery license, which used to be only like you can only sell wine. Like you take, for example, you take in Maharashtra, there is something called only beer license. You can see like on the way to Solapur, you can see so many dabas having only beer there, no other liquor. So, but in Karnataka we don't have that. It was there before in 2006, 2007, where you could only sell like draught beers, only beer licenses there, but now they are not giving it. They are not issuing it right now. So yeah, right now they are like I feel there are only three to four licenses. There are pub licenses also. You can take an extension from an existing CL9 and get it into a pub, or else you can take a separate pub license altogether. It all depends on the city and depends on the area what you're doing, and depends on the government rules and regulations also. Yeah.
Yeah, so like as you told that there are so many licenses, and
Yeah.
how would it be issued, or like is there any? I know investment is of course a very big investment for the liquor business,
Yeah,
and
no, it
it's more
depends.
like an
Yeah.
andhadhun kind of thing. You invest, and if it go drowns, then
No,
it's a
it's
very
like
sad thing.
before doing any business, it's your it's your responsibility to study thorough for it. You have to have practical experience. You have to have you have to be physically there to understand how a market works. It's just not like you put a license and you expect people to come in. You have to go for the service. You have to go for what kind of liquor you're gonna sell, what price point you want to sell, what kind of place you're making. Is it like a hipster kind of place where only you want hippies to come, or else is it like a pub where you want only the pub crowd to come? If it's like an open natural space where you want people who love nature, for example. So if you want them also to come, you can it depends on the place. So yeah, it's like you have to make a proper thorough study for it. You need the labor for it. You need to have your own team. You need to have your own team which you can trust throughout. You can't just be like I'm just paying them, they're working for me. You have to make them your family, because you have to make your own investment work, right? So like any bar or something, it just might sound like okay, handling a bar is so easy, they just get a license, three guys, and then no, it's not like that. Each and every day you have to be accountable for every kind of income which is coming to you, every kind of losses which are going to you. There are many things like that if you want to discuss. So yeah, it's like Yeah, you need experience for it. You need to
So
like
you are just 22, right? Just the same age as
yeah,
you.
yeah, I'm
So
right.
like I know you're a third gen entrepreneur, and
Yeah.
then apart from being from the business family,
Hmm.
what made you to come back to Gulbarga and then again open this and renovate the things, and you could have
Yeah.
enjoyed your life throughout at least until 30. You could have
Yeah,
done that,
exactly.
but you chose to come back, and then now you're running the business. How does it feel to run the business at such young age? Because running a
Hmm.
corporate like us would be a different thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything
Hmm.
is so strict in the corporate business.
Hmm.
Like we have
Hmm.
set of employees who listen to me. We can
Hmm.
issue them notice, and
Hmm.
we can remove them at
Hmm.
any time we want,
Hmm.
and then we can hire a new one.
Hmm.
And people will be. I'm not judging anybody here, but
Hmm.
people will be more civilized than that kind of mindset will be definitely there from previously.
I mean,
But when it comes to liquor business, you
uh,
have to have the laborers who are
hmm.
not so much civilized. But
No,
no,
it's
like not everybody.
uh,
We have managers and
yeah.
then we have top level team. But here you're the
Hmm.
owner and you have to handle it so much, very synthetically.
No,
So
that
how does it feel you to take such a
no,
responsibility and business?
it's not always like that. See, if you compare to Bangalore or Mysore, it's like there are so many good restaurants and bars in like Bangalore. And there is, for example, there is a place called Chinnum's in Bangalore. So they have an amazing team. It's not that every waiter is literate or illiterate. Everybody is literate there. There are like people who are MBA pass outs who are working as the main captains and managers in those bars. They get paid handsomely. And why you need such educated people there is because see, once you have a knack for business, no, once you're already familiar with how is it running, you will be like more well versed into that, right? So if you, for example, if I get an MBA graduate to my place, if I get an MBA dropout or something, he'll be having a fair idea that okay, his speaking skills might be good, his like ideas might be good, the way he serves people might be good, he might handle them separately, differently. In tier 2 cities, it is not the scenario. Like in tier 2 cities, you have to there are many managers who are elderly. You can't always just tell them, hey, sit down, hey, go there. No, it's not like that. You have to treat them with respect because they have been in the business from a long time. So more than the owner, no, the manager is there will be knowing it, knowing how the business runs because he'll be sitting 24 hours there, whatever the time the place is running. So yeah, it depends on that also. Like if you have a more literacy rate in service people and managers, it is better obviously. But if you have people who are like who are from villages who are just here for money, even they have some kind of passion because they know they're getting paid from it. They know that okay, if I do work hard and I keep my owner happy, he's gonna pay me more. Some people just like serving people, like they like making people happy. For example, you are a group of friends, finished a bad day in college, you came back to Purple Tiger, you sit down, and there is a good service guy who smiles at you, comes like, hello sir, how are you doing? Can I get you some beer? Can I get you some snacks? Like, even that can be a positive impact to the customer, right? So I'm like, yeah, it's like that. It depends on that. What kind of place you're making, it depends on. Like, if it is just like a standing bar, you don't need any service people there. If it is like a local bar, which is old style, you know how old style bars are. You don't have any service. They just like keep whatever you ordered. Sometimes even the wrong order and go. But now I think trends have changed. Like you see, Gulbarga 5 years ago, nobody would have heard that okay, Gulbarga is gonna get like the customer base in which like all the youths were coming out and drinking. I'm not telling it's a bad thing. Obviously, it's not a bad thing.
No, it's
But
we should not treat it as a bad thing, but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's their
No, it's
choice
like
of perspective.
we are supposed to like be happy for it because our Gulbarga is actually gradually changing from a tier 2 city to tier 1. I feel that is happening because you see there are so many exciting new projects coming. The Orchid Mall has come up. There was only Asian Mall before, and then there are KFC, Domino's. Like before, we used to go to other cities thinking that okay, we don't get this in Gulbarga, we have to go there, we have to go here. Now there are top-notch places in Gulbarga. There is something called Peak Lane Coffee, which makes amazing coffee. There is something called Embellish, which makes amazing desserts. There is Ishwar Malapu's skins, muskins. That also does very good desserts. Food places, especially in Gulbarga. You go anywhere. You go to Al Marjan, you go to Empire, you go to any place in Gulbarga, like non-veg especially. You get good food. Veg also, there is JDP, there is Venkatgiri, there is Taste of Punjab. There are so many places. Like Gulbarga has become such a good competitive market that if you want to start a business here, no, that it is not like before that you just get a random chef from somewhere to get them to this place and you tell them, okay, kuch to masala maar ke maro. No, it's not like that. Now there are different types of cuisines in Gulbarga. You're getting continental cuisine, you're getting Pan Asian cuisine, getting like there is not no Japanese cuisine yet. I think there is one small outlet in Orchid Mall. They're serving some corn dogs and dim sums and right. So yeah, it's becoming a good trend in Gulbarga. Like the place is changing. The colleges are having more open students. Like it's not like before that everybody hides and goes. Now it's like everybody's become more matured here. Not like not in a fast scale, but yeah, some they're getting somewhere. So yeah, that's what I like to say about Gulbarga. This place is like since there is a good large amount of population, like many of Gulbarga, my own classmates, including me, just because we didn't have proper schools or something here, our parents had shifted us to think like what is that to Bangalore or Mysore or Chikmagalur. But here it's something different, right? Here it is like now we have got so many new colleges, so many new institutions. You see MRMC, gyms, you see IESIC, you see like PD Engineering College. It was PD was there from a long time, but they've got even more diversified. There more batches are there. So it's like that. Yeah, Gulbarga is for sure developing. We are not the same place what we were there in 5 years or 10 years back. Now too it is developed so much. I think we're gonna beat Solapur also. If you see, like if you actually visited Solapur, I think we have become like we are on the pace. Like we are almost there. So I would like to tell that about this. I think like people now have an opportunity to make good business here, but like you should use a head of it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So there are, although so many Guttedars over there. So under your leadership or your ownership, what all firms come, like what all bars or
And then not under my leadership, like we are a big family, of course. Like we have been here from a long time. We're born and brought up here in Gulbarga district only. So yeah, like all my cousins are in business, different various businesses. There is like there are so many different families in Guttedar also. So we are all into like majority of them are in hotels and resorts and like bar and liquor business. Some of them are very good in real estate also. Some of them are politicians. Some of them are like they are actually doing like new kind of business like apartments setting up, and some of them are in IT sector also. Some of them are in like different places. They're not just in Gulbarga. They're in Bangalore. They're in Mysore. They're in Pune. Like yeah, we are also expanding in that way. Like I can proudly say in my family there are so many cousins who are my own who are doctors who have gone into that profession. Most of them would have seen like if the father is an actor, the son or daughter also will become an actor. Right? Same way, if the father is alcohol businessman, like a liquor businessman, his son also will become the same thing. That is a basic stereotype, right? So in my cousins, like six of them are doctors in every industry. You see, like there is Unicare, my cousin Sushil Guttedar. He also like even there they have good hotels and chain of hotels like Heritage and everything.
Unicare is also there, but there's another the side diagnostic like.
Yeah, that is also Shri. That's also one of my cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like when we are branching out, so like we are into something called sustainability. Like you can't be in one line till the end of your life. You have to gradually keep expanding. Like it's not like the doctor's son or a daughter becomes a doctor. You have to gradually expand. You have to expand your horizons. See, I came back and did this place because I really wanted to do this. From my childhood, I've been seeing the color purple. From my childhood, like okay, I want a place where actually people of Gulbarga only, like no matter whatever the crowd is, I wanted them to come and enjoy this place. Like come there is you want peace and quiet, there is peace and quiet. You want to play music, there is music. You want to sit outside in the greenery, there is greenery. Like I wanted that to happen, and I'm finally happy that it came to this. So yeah, I can say like that. So in my family, yeah, everybody is branching out. They are into IT sectors, they are into doctors, they are engineers, there are contractors, there are yeah, several businessmen also. So yeah,
So
that's
like
what I like.
you have been into a rich family since the beginning.
No, 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 no.
No, I mean at least a well-versed, good to do family. Let's consider that.
Yeah, see, I'll tell you, my grandfather came from a very humble beginning. So we were not always born with a golden or a silver spoon. So we actually, all thanks to my grandfather and his family, like all of them worked really hard in what they were doing. They used to make something called sarai, and we used to sell sarai. It was basically called packet liquor before. And then from that we graduated to owning a distillery in different places in Karnataka. Then my grandfather expanded. I don't know if it was luck or his hard work, but I think it is obviously his hard work because that name is still there in Gulbarga district to see. So yeah, I'm proud of that because if we wouldn't have taken that bold step, I don't think we would have been in this place anymore. Like we wouldn't have reached at this point of like good income ratio, my family expanding so much. Yeah, since we are a big family, even my grandfather had a lot of work to do. He used to handle his own businesses, and then he had to handle his own family. Then we all came from a very humble beginning. I'm not telling that we've always been rich. Even now, it's like each and every businessman has their own debts. Each and every businessman has their own commitments. You can't say they're just rich. No, there is something attached to the person. So yeah, I would say that okay, we come from a humble beginning, but now we are actually doing good. But I hope it stays like that, because if you see the competition in the market, you have to keep changing in that. If you just stay constant and tell that okay, I'm happy with whatever I'm getting, I don't think we'll move any ahead in your life. So yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So like, when did you get this like so much maturity and at a point of time where you wanted to do something in life?
So basically, when I was in Gulbarga, I used to study in Sri Guru Vidyapeeth. So it was basically lazy for me. I used to get up around there, just go to school, come back, eat. I used to not play any sports. I used to just be at home. And then, seeing all of this actually made my parents worry about my future, because they knew if I was only in Gulbarga, I would have been eating at home, just roaming around, not studying at all. So my parents also took a big bold step. They put me to a hostel in Chikmagalur called Amber Valley. I actually gradually changed my course from state syllabus to ICSE all of a sudden. So it was actually a very big move for me. So yeah, after that happened, and then obviously everybody is homesick once they get into hostel. Things have changed. Chikmagalur is a place which is so cold. Gulbarga is so hot. Like suddenly you graduated from hot place to the cold place, then you have to adjust there. But yeah, that is what has changed me. That is what has made me what I am today. Because when I went to that place, since everybody it was only a hostel. There was no day boarding or something. So since it was an only hostel, there are no phones, there was no social media. You had to interact with everyone. You had to be competitive with everyone. There was so much of knowledge in sports. I had to since I didn't know anything to play in Gulbarga, I don't blame the education institutes here also. Even they had, but we were not interested in it. But it was a hostel, right? So we had to compulsory play something. We had to compulsory work out. We had to I had fun there. After 2 years of getting through that home sickness and everything, I got adjusted to the place. When I went there, that's the place what changed me. That's what the place which has got me matured. It taught us everything. It taught me education, it taught me sports, it taught me how to be in life. I've seen so many of my friends coming from so much of different backgrounds. I had so many of my seniors were from different countries. There was someone from South Korea, there was someone from New Zealand. I've never seen their culture, right? So I saw their cultures also here, and then yeah, it was good. It was a very good school for me what they put. So I was there for 5 years, sorry, 4 years. Then when COVID happened, I came back. The day I wrote my exam and I came out, COVID happened. So since after that, I got stuck in Gulbarga.
Where did you complete your degree?
I did my degree also in Gulbarga. Yeah, yeah.
Where?
Gurukul Degree College, Commerce. Yeah. I was a lockdown batch, so 3 semesters of ours we couldn't attend because of lockdown. After that also it was up and down. You know how it is. So yeah. But what I was happy is whatever I learnt in Amber Valley, I did IIC there, right? So I was already thorough with the basics of commerce since I had already chosen commerce. So that education and this education, I could relate in degree because I had already learned something basic off of it in back in my ISC days. So when I came back here, it was very easy for me. Since I had gone through that difficulty before, so I could get my degree easily. Yeah.
So what? How much kind of or how many kind of liquors do you sell and what all do you sell here?
See, we have many categories. We have something called hard liquor. We have something called there is whiskey, vodka, rum, gin, champagne, wine, beer. There is something called a seltzer. There are mixtures in cocktails also. There is vodka and tonic water, gin and juice. There is so many kinds. But yeah, we sell in 50-50 ratio. We sell major beer also. We sell whiskey. Most is whiskey and beer what we sell. Then there comes rum, vodka, gin. Yeah, these we sell. All kinds of liquor is here.
Which is your favorite liquor?
I don't drink, so I mean I have tasted occasionally. I have done it occasionally, but I don't have a personal favorite. I feel a person if he is gonna have liquor once in life, I think he has to try each and every kind of liquor because you never know what's your type. You can't just stick to one thing just because other people are sticking to it, right? So if I'm sitting with a whiskey person, he might like whiskey, I won't. I might like gin, he won't. So you have to explore, right? Everybody has their own taste. So many people in the first drink they know they do it because of the peer pressure from their friends or family or like anybody. So like it depends on them. If they like it, they like it. If not, then not.
So, is there any like experience which you have faced, kind of, if people have come and drank and then shouted with their own personal thing and then again shouted on you also, your waiters? Did those
That
things happen?
happens to me like every
Every night?
every second day. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, I'll tell you one thing. Like alcohol, many people abuse it. So it's supposed to be taken in a certain limit, but since it gets you to a high, some people can't handle it. Not everybody is same in the way of handling it, right? So yeah, I've had every second, right? You can't blame them, right? They are here to have fun. They are here to unwind. But even we'll be handling it to a certain extent, right? When we are businessmen, when we have workers or my managers who stand for 12 hours in a day, work for the bar throughout because of salary. They don't want to be scrumped up for no reason, right? They don't want to be like blamed for no reason. So yeah, sometimes if they have done something wrong, okay, I agree. You're supposed to blame them, but not to be scrumped at for no reason. Some people when they're drunk, they will like, hey, I won't come. I will not pay the bill. I won't do that. I won't do this.
Is it?
I'll walk away. Yeah, this is Gulbarga. What did you expect?
Definitely.
So yeah, that has happened. That happens to me every second night. But I'm sort of used to it. Even my waiters are sort of used to it. They actually get to know,
What do
like
you deal with that?
so you have three options. First is if they are actually liberal, if they can understand, they will, and they'll just walk out. And there are second type of people who want to fight with you just to remove their own stress with you. And there are another third set of people who just want to fuck around with you. Like, sorry for using that word, but like, they just want to play fool. Like, they just want to be like, hey, what this guy will do, and I'll check. Let me see what he can do. Hey, I know the owner. Hey, I'll speak. You know how it is. Cliche dialogues from any movie.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
know the
you're talking about
owner.
liquor industry.
Anywhere.
I'm being in the I'm being in the corporates. It's a posh world. If
Yeah.
I get a single resume, no,
Yeah.
in a single day to hire somebody, I get 10 calls by entire. You think of it, man. I'm running an IT company. I
Yeah.
think that everything is posh. I'm so
Yeah.
cool, I'm bossy. No, you get. So I've decided, okay, if I get three more calls,
Hmm.
I can only get three, okay.
Hmm.
After third, the fourth one, let it be anybody's son or anybody's daughter or whosoever it is.
Hmm.
We won't offer them a job or internship.
Hmm.
Because I actually I was a visionary man, just like you. But I was in the wrong place for the vision.
Yeah.
I was in IT, okay. What I had always thought was
Hmm.
I will run an IT business in Gulbarga where I can hire Gulbarga people and I can run Gulbarga with Gulbarga clients. The second thought I have accomplished. I have Gulbarga clients and we have all the clients and it's very posh with the clients and because you are a businessman, you want to grow your business.
Yeah.
Then definitely somebody is helping you to grow your business. Why not you?
Yeah, 100%. I would like see that also depends if they want to be helped or not to be helped. It's like that.
No,
Yeah.
maximum wants to get help.
Yeah, maximum don't have any idea like what they're doing through their business.
They
Yeah.
get so much kind of
Yeah. You make it much easier for them.
Yeah. And then comes the first category of it, the people. I always thought that people wanted to work in Gulbarga just like how I wanted. But the first thing I always get when I hire somebody else, can you please post me to Bangalore? I want training from Gulbarga.
See, many of them are like, see, since they are all brought and built up here, they're tired of doing their education also here only. So they're tired of the place, like, same road every day, same people, same everything. They want to explore, right? See, everybody in Gulbarga will be telling me, I want to shift to Bangalore. They'll be in their own homes, their mothers will be cooking for them, their own mothers or servants will be cleaning for them, maintaining the house. But when they shift actually to Bangalore, when they have to clean their own stuff, they have to maintain their own house, and on top of it, they have to deal with the traffic. See, it will all be worth it if you have a steady job or something which is worth going. If you are actually gone for studies or something and you go through it for the first time, right? It is actually very difficult for them because they won't have studied in a hostel or something when they'll be in Gulbarga. They'll have the freedom of staying at a house, which is nice, which is gifted for them nicely. So yeah, suddenly they shift to Bangalore. It's a whole cultural change for them. Like you have to get up, wash your own clothes, make your own breakfast, clean your own house, and then on top of it, like take your
After that, after
anything.
6 months,
Yeah,
they get bored and then they again send me
yeah,
resume.
yeah. See, it's not always about you go to Bangalore, you make sure you will have very good time. Sometimes it depends on the person. Some might not get good friends. Some might not get good
You believe
company.
it or not,
Yeah.
we people of Gulbarga are
Hmm.
already acquired everywhere in the world. I'm not only talking about Bangalore.
Yeah, yeah,
Bangalore is
100%.
living. We are
See,
there, okay.
huh.
In Gulbarga, we have an office at Rabar.
Hmm.
We stay there. My partner stays there.
Hmm.
I had been visiting there.
Hmm.
If I tell anybody in our slang that "Ana yen nadadado,"
Hmm.
all the labor class people
Hmm.
reply to us very politely.
Not only labor class, there are many CEOs also from Gulbarga. There are many people who are running a business in
Yeah,
Gulbarga.
in Manyata also.
Yeah.
That whole
See, not
Manyata.
only Gulbarga, like you catch North Karnataka belt only, you catch Humnabad, Bidar, Raichur, Gulbarga, this whole side which speaks one dialect of Kannada, if you catch them, they're everywhere. You won't find them very easily, I agree. But once you find them, no, they'll hey, Namoru, ಏನು ಒಂದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಮಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ caring. Yes, there is sense of forgivingness
Hey,
for
ಯಾರಿಗೋ
people who are from
ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ
side.
ನಮ್ಮವರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ.
Madam, yeah, but not you can't do that to everyone. But still, you will be happy see in case you go to US or something for your PG or UGs or anything, and then in that kind of a place where everybody is speaking different languages, suddenly you find a guy who is from your side. So if I am from Gulbarga, I find a guy from Umnabad speaking same type of Kannada, you'll be very happy. You'll be half of your homesickness is gone there. Hey, some guy who speaks same language, some guy who I can ask for directions or help, you'll be relieved. So that's yeah, that's good in a way. That's what I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is about the North Karnataka belt.
Hmm.
I still didn't figure out why people can't stay back here and work.
No, I'll tell you what happens is, as I told you, they're already bored of the place. See, we as businessmen, we have to come back and continue the legacy. It's not like we have to, it's on you only. But people who are interested, no, in it, see, for me only, when I came up to, it was easy for me, being very honest. It was not like it was given to me, I mean, I had to work hard for it. I can't compare people's struggle with me, but mine was a different kind of thing.
Then again you
Because
become Ananya Patil.
yeah, 100%. I can't emphasize on the word struggle anymore. Yeah.
The first gen
So
people or the third gen will be definitely
yeah, very different. See, my father had this bar, he had given it to lease, basically. I came back, I was like, okay, since I'm back, give it to me. He didn't just give it to me like a chocolate. He made me work for it. First learn about the business. Tell me how we'll remove this, tell me how we'll maintain this. He took my case for 2 years. And then he trusted me and he gave, because when I started showing signs of development in this, he gave it to me. But then I had a big task. I had to renovate everything. I didn't do it single-handedly. Obviously, it's because of my father. He's shown me the path, I walked on it. That's the way. But he's been supportive to me. I can't expect my father to be that perfect, chill dad where he's like, hey, man, you do this. If my father was like that, I would have been very spoiled. But the main sense of that homeliness, that down to earthness came from my father. Because even he's been in many businesses. Like he's been in the liquor industry, he's been in the dealership, vehicle dealership industry. He's been in farming, he's been in real estate. He's a man of experience, right? I can't just deny the fact and tell him no, I know more than you give it to me. I have to respect the fact that okay, he knows more than me. Same business. He won't have the same ideas of the new generation, but I can share my ideas with him and we can talk about it, speak about it, what target audience we have, what we have to improve. Every day I speak with my father, we can do this, we can do that. It's like you earn on your own and you do. And I work for it. I won't just suddenly give you money. If I give you money, I suddenly love that, you'll get spoiled. That is true. That is exactly true. A person of my age, I would have suddenly got like 30-35 lakhs on my hand. I would have seen Instagram or something probably. I would have bought a nice car for myself, enjoyed in Bangalore, throwing away money. But instead of that, I got a sense of no, working on it. When I came back to Gulbarga, when I saw my cousins, major, I have to thank all my cousins only. So all my cousins working so hard for their business, I was like, okay, I have to do something. I'm a degree pass out now. I was in my degree only when I opened this. I'm in degree now. I have to do something. I can't just sit idle at home It's not like before that I just go to school or college and come back home and just eat and sleep. No, I can't do that. To work for it. So yeah, it took time. But my brothers and my cousins, like my own brother, I have two elder brothers who are also in the similar industry. You know, they are all a big inspiration for me. You can have always inspiration from a phone in reels or an actor or an influencer. But people who are around you in everyday life, they are your real influencers.
Definitely, yes.
They are your real influences because you grow up like them. No matter how hard you try not to be like them, you will be like them. See, I grew around a business family, that's why I have this perspective. If a person is growing in other kind of a household where like they are in working force, I'm not telling they will work, but they'll have similar tactics to get into the same workout, right? So yeah, it all depends on that.
But in my case, it's very different.
Yeah, you actually transition from your father is a
White collar
business, white collar official. You transition to IT all of a sudden. See, that is a big leap.
No, not IT, business.
Business
IT
actually.
would be a very common thing in my community. People would respect you for having 20
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I could have had a 20 lakh. No, not 20 lakh. I had good skills. I had good, not so good CGPA, but still manageable. I could go for the entrance. I could sit for interview. I could crack interview. I had so much confidence. The one who knocks the door of 500 people can knock a door in an interview, or at least in 5, I would have cracked anyone.
Yeah.
I had that thought of it, but at once I am 22. I still have time.
Yeah, 100% have time. You have time for everything. Since see, it's not that okay. Just because I started my business or something around the age of 20 or 21, doesn't mean everybody can go through that, right? It takes time for everything.
So
it is
phases which I have been through in my life, personal phases, they're very dirty and all. So to wash them out, job was not enough for me.
Yeah.
I never wanted to work. Now also I don't want to work. It's not because of I don't want to be gulam, or it's not like that. You don't get an independency in the job.
Yeah, that is there. See, it depends on a person to person. Some people are actually very happy with the job because they just they like to be told what to do. They like the fact that okay, I am doing this, I'm getting paid this, and then I can sustain. But there are some people like, no, I can do more. We'll take risk. I'll tell you a very good example. Gulbarga, when 10 years back, catch, there are no cafes in Gulbarga. I think only Meeting Point was there. Meeting Point was one place.
And then we had this, not cafes, even before Domino's, there was something called as US Pizza in the Lahore.
Exactly. That was the first proper pizzeria in Gulbarga. Not a pizzeria also, it was a franchise.
Yeah.
And there have been places in Gulbarga. See, 10 years back, the trend was like that. You see 10 years now in forward, you have so many homegrown brands. What actually happened post-COVID is people got a realization that okay, you might die anytime. Let's just not invest. Like most people who are of my age, from the age of 18 to 30, they were all like, hey, Gulbarga doesn't have a cafe, we'll open. So many cafes came to Gulbarga that what was once a very big thing in Gulbarga, hey, somebody's opened a cafe. Now, if anybody opens a cafe, people judge them without even going to the place. See, because of too many options in Gulbarga, see, in our place, our people believe that okay, once you get a bad review about the place, you don't go there. You should go there. Until unless you yourself have stepped into the place and seen what is there. See, it might not be a good experience every time, but you go there and you actually experience it, and you like it, or else you not. So many people have spent like in partnerships just for namesake. They're like, okay, hey, Rokka, you have money, we'll do. I've seen so many people struggling with that. Not everybody was successful. Like so many of them were, but around 30-40% were not successful only. They're still like people who are successful, they're also working end to end in their margins. Like one day if the sale is not that much, it goes below level, you have to pay from your own pockets only. See, that's what happened in Gulbarga. Like everybody like, hey, suddenly we'll do a cafe. Then always there is a business trend in Gulbarga. Suddenly everybody like, hey, we'll do a hotel. Suddenly everybody like, we'll put petrol bunks. Suddenly everybody like, hey, we'll go to agriculture. So it's always been that trend is there in Gulbarga that once there is a guy who's showing a pathway to a person, they all follow. You see this. This has happened in Gulbarga. Like Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen this happening.
No, no.
I've seen my own friends telling that, hey, he's opened a cafe, even I'll go to Pinterest, I'll copy that, and I'll open a cafe. Without knowing anything, without knowing the running cost, without knowing the rent, or if it's your own land or not your own land, without knowing how to cook. So many cafes, they get a chef, everybody gets a chef. But you have to have your own basic idea about cooking also, right? If you want to run, not only cooking, you have to serve people, you have to give them, not just making the ambience and leaving it. You have to make the ambience, you have to go through the kitchen, you yourself have to be a waiter, you yourself have to be a manager. Even if everybody leaves you and goes, you should know that okay, I alone can handle this. Only then you can open, and only then see, only if my investment is XYZ. If I can invest double of XYZ only, I should invest. I can't just rely on okay, I have the exact amount I put now. I have to have a backup amount. I have to have an amount which is for a rainy day, basically where the business is not working and I have to shift it. I have to have an amount also for that. So it requires a lot of planning. See, that's what a common student like me has learned in throughout daily life and basis. So that's what I would like to say to the people of Gulbarga. Invest smart. Invest smart. Like if you are actually gifted like me, everybody, many people of my friends also, they're all learning their own father's business. Many people will tell, hey, they're just lazy, they're taking their father's money. But I would like to say, many of my friends who are doing their own father's business, they're actually improving it. They're actually improving it because they are seeing the Gen Z, like Gen Z, Gen X, whatever. There are new trends. Before there were bars, I did a pub. You go to a grocery store. The person who used to run Super Bazaar. The person who used to run a kirana is shifted to Super Bazaar. The person who used to run a dhaba is shifted to a restaurant. The person it's all a shift. The guy who used to repair punctures for a cycle tire is a mechanic. It's all transitioning.
The now about Gulbarga's people is they are really very brand loyal to the particular brand.
See that is there. So many people are hey, no, I like that place, I'll go to that one. I like this place, I'll go to this one. See, there are every kind of sectors of people in every city you go. See, we are talking so highly of Gulbarga. There are other places also which their own people talk more highly than us. Sorry. So yeah, Gulbarga is all type of people.
No, maximum type of people in Gulbarga. More like I want to do that only.
No. Maximum, yeah, but see.
50-60% at least.
Yeah.
50% are more of I'll check it out, we'll see. Other now, no, I want to go there, I want to that side. No more discussions.
No, it's not easy in everybody's house also, no. It's not easy to just tell your parents I'm suddenly a grown up, I want to go do this. They won't agree. You have to prove your point, Even only if you prove your point, then you can go ahead.
No, not only parents, friends also. There'll be one dominating guy, he'll be like, hey, ille hogo. Na baralli.
See, that I have not experienced because I'm not a person. See, I have many friends, I agree. But I'm not a guy who roams in that gang or a group. Because I believe the person, no, not only going solo. You need people in life. I'm not saying no. But you need to habituate yourself to learn how to be a solo person. You have to be even if nobody is there with you tomorrow, you have to be survivable. You can't just go crazy hey, nobody's talking to me, nobody's hanging around with me. You can't lose your shit.
So I had this best experience during COVID time. I had COVID. So I had that COVID from the Mysore only. I shifted here back. Yeah. And then my parents shifted to my relatives' home. Yeah. So I had to be all alone in my bedroom, definitely. My parents were worried. How would he be there?
How would he be taking care of himself?
You believe it or not, I enjoyed the whole 1 week of quarantine. I actually kept this thing, schedules of web series and everything. I enjoyed myself. I love being solo.
Good.
At some point of time, but
not every time. You need people. See, I'll tell you, a person who learns how to be a solo guy without depending on anyone. You should have dependence on your family, because I believe, that is my personal belief again. Everybody has their own beliefs, but I believe your family is the only one which is going to be there for you in the end. No one else. Not your friends, not some outsider, not people who talk shit about you. No one. Your family is going to be there. Your mother, your father, your brothers, or any siblings. I believe that. And why I'm telling a person should learn how to be solo is, if he does not learn that, no, in this day and world, in this coming age, it's very tough to survive. It's very tough.
People take advantage also sometimes.
That is, see, that's like an old tale. See, with every good thing, there comes a bad thing with it. With every good thing. I drink a lot of juice, I'll, like, this contains sugar, I'll get diabetes. Not, like, I'm just giving an example. If I go partying a lot, I'll get dehydration, I might fall. If I am like, if I am addicted to gambling, I might get more addicted and get. See, everything has its own advantages and disadvantages. You can't love a person also fully. You can't be like, no, she was my first love. Oh my God, she broke my heart. Not, no other girl is worthy for me. No, it's all an experience. I also got matured through that only. Even when I had my own crushes in school, to think, okay, she'll only be mine, that, this. Everybody has that. Not, yes, majority of them. In Gulbarga, no, I didn't have in Gulbarga. I'm thankful for that.
My God.
Yeah, you know why? Because in Gulbarga, it's a very small world. It might be that the girl we like will be your friend's sister only. So that's very risky in Gulbarga. So you have to be careful. I'm not telling that people should not date in Gulbarga. That's actually good. People, let them date. Let them explore. Not physically only. Let them explore mentally also. Let them be like, okay, I'm an open woman or a man. I can also go with a boy or a girl. I'm not telling it's a wrong thing. Let them. That's only. That's when, like, the city will develop, right? You have to remove that image, that progressive mindset. You have to remove that mindset that, hey, this is Gulbarga, I can't go with the girl. Hey, this is Gulbarga, anybody might tell my father or my mother. People will talk. People will anyway talk. You don't do anything. It's just your friend. You meet them.
This time I have a message. The message is, I will tell you, I'm telling it openly to the people. You have to segregate people in your life and keep some important people. Only if they come and tell you, then take it seriously. Otherwise, 100 people talk 100 shits about it. When it comes to business and all, you have feedbacks and all that. I'm not talking about this. It's personal life. When it comes to a personal life, just segregate people and believe only in them. And the people should be one who defends you in front of the person who talks shit about
you. You know what? I'll just make it very simple for you. Trust your instincts. Your instincts. Trust it. You don't need anyone to tell you anything. Trust your instincts because it's coming from you, right? Leave the other person, leave the third party. It's coming from you. If you trust your instincts, it will go a very long way in life.
Definitely.
It will 100% go a very long way.
That is the first priority.
100%. I feel, trust your instincts will go very long. See, many people, like, they'll tell you, if you're doing a good work, in old times, they should tell, okay, if you're going to do something, if you're going to do a good work, don't tell it to anyone until it's finished. They tell it that way because, like, there are some energies around you and your people which might be negative in sometimes. You might have heard of a poker face. It's laughing at one time, suddenly it's not laughing. Suddenly it's looking back at you. There is poker face in everyone. There are different kind of personalities which everybody have. I can't judge every one of them because of that. But, like, work alone, work harder. Like, like if you really have a passion to do something, for an example in cafe only, work for it. Work as a chef. Work as in, like, become your own interior designer. Work like, how much you can cut your costs. How much you can, like, pay for a person. How much you can go ahead. What can you introduce? Even if you're not profitable, how can you get it to becoming profitable? What can you change? It's like that. Sometimes a person feels like I've done everything I can. I can't do it more. Remove that place. It's not meant to be. Shift another way. If you don't have the budget for it, work again, come back again. Do it again. Just don't give up. Don't give up that, okay, I did everything and the place didn't work. Don't give up. Screw the place. Leave it. You've done everything. If you feel like you've checked every box in your book, and if you feel that is not worth it, just move on. Just move on to the next chapter of your life. Think that, okay, this is not meant for me, or think that the location or anything what I did was very wrong. I have a different thing in my life, and just move on with it. You can't stick to one thing just because your emotions are thing. Business is all about math. Business is all about, like, having your own people who are coming to you every day. If your business is not running, you can't just be like, just because you will know the business is not running, you'll keep on investing more in it. You're going under loss. So many businessmen I've seen, they don't leave the business because they have their own emotions attached to it. They have their own, like, what do they say, personality around it. They have their own pechan around it in the whole city. Just because of that, they don't let it go. If it is not running, let it go. Let it go at a time where you can actually take back profit and move. Don't let it go at a time where it is sunk so deep. See, if Titanic hadn't hit the iceberg, it would have survived, right? What if someone had today there is an iceberg take left? Right? You would like that, okay, Titanic survived, some thousands of billionaires survived, okay. What if, like, even if you are only seeing the iceberg in the front, you're like, hey, I know I'm gonna fall there. You still dive into it, what is the point? Move out while you can. There you are young, till you're 50s, 60s, everybody is young. There is something called Avni Herbal or something. There's a hair oil company. This uncle, this old age fellow,
Yeah, I know.
this old age guy around his 70s, he wanted to make a hair oil for his wife, who was balding, became successful, started selling in small batches. He was nothing, he was just a salaried employee who retired, he had nothing, a very low income house, everything. Now he's selling close to like 10 to 15 lakh bottles a month with his own brand because his daughter is Gen Z. Daughter knows how to market it. She knows the product is very good because it worked on their own grandmother. They clicked. They clicked so well now they're doing well. You'll never know when it will hit you in life. KFC account, Colonel Sanders chicken. He he accidentally after his retirement I think he started cooking chicken in his own house, frying chicken I mean. Then he opened a small outlet that became into such a big franchisee. So many hundreds of like not hundreds sorry. Like fast forward to 30, 35 years now KFC is a multi-grown brand in all of world in the whole world. It's not like KFC is not there anywhere. It's everywhere. Go to Antarctica you still find the KFC or a McDonald's. It's all same. Everything comes from a humble beginning. Like, you need to hold on to that flow. That's all. You never know when an opportunity will come knocking on your door. You have to be open for it. You have to be like you have to let the nature connect to you. You have to make sure okay you are staying grounded. You have to make sure your options are available for everyone in everything if you're interested. But if you're just lazy and you want to stick to the same thing what my father or anyone else is doing or anything what they've been doing from so long, stick to that. But every business has its own agenda. I'll tell you that. Before Netflix, there was something called a Blockbuster. Blockbuster is a CD rental company. I remember in my childhood near Timapuri Chowk, near that Poonam gift shop, there was a CD rental store. Every new movie there used to be there for rental, like all DVDs. We had a DVD player back then. I used to go in my cycle, pay $100 for rental and take away. That was very profitable. Suddenly, vanish. There is Netflix, Amazon. For every business, there is a new thing coming up. That's what I was telling you, right? Like sustainable
You have to
development.
innovate it every day.
Yeah, you have to have a sustainable development for every business, everything.
Now there's an engineering in every single thing.
Yeah, yeah, almost. Yeah. Feel that.
So what are your vision to run the business in next 5 years?
See, next 5 years, I would like to see myself not being lazy at all. I like to see myself
Being the
like
king of Gulbarga?
no, not the king of clean. I just like to be profitable. I don't want to be too like egoistic or greedy about it. I'll be comfortable with what I'm earning. I want to explore other businesses also, something in food industries or something in production. I want to explore myself. I want to make sure that okay, I have a plan for everything. I want to make sure whatever I do next is a success, is a very good success, and then I can explore. Right, like I told you, I have to gradually move on to a new path. I can't just stick to forever. I'll make pub. I'll sit in this. No, I have to make a new path. I have to do something else, some other business. I'll try. If it is worth it, it's not. It's worth it. If it's not, I am back to square one. That's all.
Okay, thank you for coming to this.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Hope you have a good time.
Thank you.
Thanks.